You're listening to the Napoleonic Quarterly Podcast, and this is Quarter 2 of 1800, and these are the headlines. In Northern Europe, the 3rd of April sees Gustavus IV crowned King of Sweden. The young monarch is a popular figure at this time, a dire enemy of the French Republic, and distantly related to King George of Great Britain. The new arrival on the political scene turns a few heads. In Holland between April and June, Bonaparte attempts to push through a new constitution based on the French model, which restores the dominance of the merchant class, but it is rejected by the Assembly of the Batavian Republic. Moving on to news from Italy now, on the 20th of April the Allied siege of Genoa begins, and on the 6th of May Bonaparte joins the main body of the army of the French Reserve, preparing to redress the balance in northern Italy. 9 days later, the French enter the Great St. Bernard Pass, allowing Napoleon to tick another box on the Things Great Generals Do checklist, and the French occupy Milan on the 2nd of June. But Genoa falls, and just under a week later, General Jean Lannes defeated the superior Austrian forces at Montebello. This promising news almost turned to disaster 5 days afterwards, when Napoleon stared into the face of certain defeat at Marengo, only to be saved by the quick thinking of Generals Desaix and Guillemot. An event that was to be the founding moment of the Napoleonic legend, despite perhaps being one of his least impressive feats of generalship. Over to Egypt now, the isolated Almeida d'Orient is deprived of its capable commander, General Kleber, when he is assassinated by a student named Suleiman al-Halabi, who stabbed him to death in the garden of the palace of Al-Fibiki in Cairo, on the same day as the Battle of Marengo, 14 June, where his great friend Desaix was killed. News from the Rhine in Germany now. Between the 3rd of May and the 19th of June, Moreau wins a series of victories against Kray as he advances relentlessly through Bavaria, the Austrians withdrawing before him as the French commander moves on Munich. These have been the headlines for the second quarter of 1800. Back to you now, Alex.